What's going on YouTube? What's going on Facebook? Big Dog Brett. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go over the Alabama recruiting, how they did on National Signing Day. How good is it? Is it as good as it looks on paper? And we're kind of going to get into that throughout the video. So by the time we get to the end, I'm going to throw in a couple little more tidbits there at the end for you guys. So kind of some sneak peek stuff. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and skip over the guys that are enrolled, except for a couple of guys that I do want to point out. One of them is, where's he at? No. So there's two guys I want to point out. I was kind of surprised to not see him already enrolled. I thought he was already enrolled, but whatever. Trey Sanders. This guy is a running back coming out of Bradenton, Florida. Georgia had initially went after him, and he ended up choosing Alabama. So, hats off to Alabama for picking up an outstanding running back. If you get an opportunity, jump over to 24/7 Sports and watch his highlight video. The guy's a beast. I mean, he has some unbelievable talent. So can't blame Alabama for picking that guy up. What I was really surprised to see is that they went ahead and picked up another running back in Kellyan Robinson. Kellyan Robinson, even though he's not really big, he's only 5'9". He's 8 foot. He's 184 pounds, so he's built for 5'9". The guy's a 4-star ranking. He was number 2 in the state, so they did a good job picking him up. In the entire state of Washington to be the number 2 running back is impressive. Watching his videos, he has the ability to really kind of change direction kind of quickly. Reminds me a lot of a Sony Michel. Guy has some ability to get downfield in a hurry. He's extremely fast. So look for them to throw the ball to him from time to time. He has wide receiver speed, and he's really good at being able to run routes. So I think that guy's going to be a great addition to Alabama. Other than that, most of the players they got on that they have signed right now are their defensive guys. Jordan Battle, safety, 4-star recruit, number 2 at position, number 6 in the state of Florida. Ishmael Sopher, not exactly sure how you say that guy's name, but this guy's a defensive tackle and is a monster. He's a 4-star guy. He's 6'4", 334 pounds. That is a big man. Trying to push that guy around is going to be tough on defense. It's a typical kind of sizing guy that Alabama likes to have. They're going to do some work with him. He'll probably trim down a little bit, and then they'll bulk him back up. Byron Young, another defensive tackle, 6'3", 290 pounds. He looks to be cut, though. This guy's probably just going to put on muscle mass. He's ready to go. DeMarco Helms, he's 6'1", 203. This guy's a 4-star recruit, number 3 in the state of Maryland, 8 at position and 84 nationally. This guy's an absolute phenom. If you throw the ball in his direction, he does a great job of reading the field. He'll get to it and pick it off. Brandon Turnage, cornerback, great speed. Guy is a little short for cornerback at 6'1", 185, but he has great vision. He can get to where he really needs to be. Christian Harris out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. This is an inside linebacker that I'm sure LSU would have loved to have had. 4-star guy, number 5 in the state, number 6 at position. This guy is really a ball hog. He gets back in the backfield quickly. He recognizes if it's a run, and he crashes down. He doesn't come down too early. He stays in his position if he needs to cover the middle. Just a really, really football smart guy. Another cornerback, 6 foot. He's only 166 pounds. So this guy must know something or Alabama must know something about this guy that you just can't see on paper. He's 6 foot and 166 pounds. So, I'm a little bit concerned for his size, but he's 4-star ranked. They picked him up. Weak side defensive end, King Mwatakutta. Sure. Out of Troup County, LaGrange, Georgia. One that was 21 in the state. I'm sure Georgia would have liked to have had this guy as a defensive end at 6'5", 240 pounds. To be a 4-star, he's really tall for that position, and he's really fast. They have a strong side defensive end, pretty much carbon copy of him. 6'4", 260 pounds, same thing, coming out of Florida. And Jaleel Billingsley, tight end. This is the 2 tight ends and the 2 running backs and the 1 tight end were the only guys on National Signing Day that they signed that's not already enrolled. This guy's 6'4", 216 pounds. He's a 4-star, but just barely. Coming out of Chicago, Illinois. Good size, good speed, pretty athletic. But being tall, he's not scared to go up in the middle and bring the ball down. This is really good for somebody like Tua to throw to. So you can look for this guy. If he's able to get in a rotation this year, they'll throw the ball to him a lot. So, I mean, there's a ton of talent here. They're ranked Alabama's 2019 football commits are ranked number 1 nationally. Obviously, that's impressive. The SEC ranking this year is obviously number 1, based on which website you go to. Now, pretty much everybody uses 24/7 Sports as a benchmark, and that's fair. There's a couple of sites that's got Georgia ranked as number 1. Georgia ended up with more 5 stars than Alabama. Alabama ended up with a lot more 4 stars. Alabama had more scholarships to give than Georgia. Georgia's maxed out right now. Georgia this year is right on the heels of Alabama, depending on what site you look at, and sometimes ahead. Next year, Georgia is going to have a really, really strong recruiting class. Alabama's is going to be strong, but right now they're predicting Georgia's going to be ahead. So it's probably going to go back and forth just based on the amount of scholarships that get handed out per year. But this is one of the best this is one of the best ratings that Alabama has ever had. Their 2019, this year was a 94.3, depending on which site. Last year it was 91.9, or excuse me, we're just going to say 91.9. Year before was 93.6. Year before 92. Year before 93. And this is going all the way back to 2015. So in 2015 they had another 93. The Alabama always is consistently, kind of getting in that bracket. But that's why I say in the year before that, 2013 was 92.3. But if you go, if we jump back to 2019, if it'll let me jump, 2019 is a very high year for Alabama. To have a 94.38 or .9438, whatever you want to call it, is an extremely strong class. Can't say enough about how well that Alabama's done coaching, as far as being on the recruiting trail, out recruiting Georgia, and even in Georgia in some places. It's very impressive. So if you go look at some of the other schools, let's, for instance, jump into Georgia real quick. Georgia's this year's rating is 94. Hold on, that's not correct. Hit the wrong button. I think Georgia's is like 93.4, which is pretty much what the average was for Alabama for the past 10 years or so. So Georgia's recruiting right at that same level, and if Alabama can continue to pull the 94%, 93% on a consistent basis with its neighbor starting to compete at that same level, it's very impressive for them. You would think there'd be a natural drop-off and maybe some slack, but there hasn't been any slack shown. So, by the way, guys, you made it this far in the video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, the like, the subscribe. I'd love to see you guys jump down in the comment section. Tell me who you guys think would be, your pick for the most standout rookie next year. There's a lot of great players on here. Me personally, as far as who I want to see how well Trey Sanders does, and I want to see how well Will Richard does, or Reichard, or however you pronounce his name. I want to see how that kicker does. I think Trey Sanders is going to be the go-to running back, and I think that Kellyan is going to be helping him out on some stuff. But I think that it's going to be really interesting to see what these guys do. As far as the sneak peek, hey guys, I want to let you know I've got my own Twitter account now, so if you guys want to hit me up at @DogBrett. It's for some reason it didn't list a big in there. I don't know why. Maybe I screwed up when I did it, but at @DogBrett. Guys, hit me up over there. I'm going to start posting some stuff on there as well. Also, the other tidbit that I want to throw at you guys is I'm going to be doing the videos for the AAL, the Alliance of American Football League. You guys will see that stuff come out to me. I'd love to have you guys transfer over there and support the channel in that way. I also have a Patreon account. It's Patreon /Big Dog Brett. Just go on Patreon. You guys can look me up, find me over there. Look forward to seeing you guys this year. I'm also going to continue to follow along with the recruiting. We're going to do some of the spring game stuff when the guys start reporting to practice, and kind of going from there. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. Pretty soon we'll have some merchandise up for you guys to look at. Hopefully you guys will take advantage of that, and we'll be representing the Big Dog Brett channel. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day, and as always, God bless. Go Dogs.